Hey everybody, it's Erica Hyas again. I'm here this time to talk to you about becoming silver. So I recently hit this rank for the very first time in November of 2017. And I have to say that it has already taught me so much because it really is not just about building and reaching certain ranks and getting volume and getting a higher paycheck. Though these are probably the first things on our mind when we start a business is I need to pay for my oils, or maybe you just really need a paycheck. Maybe you really want to make this into a job. I kind of did it for both reasons. The first way I started, of course, was to pay for my oils. And then I realized I love helping people, and I've been doing that my entire life. I was a natural birth coach for 7 years, and then I was a wedding planner, sometimes in the midst of that, for about 13 years. I was a home organization specialist, and I helped people to clean out their homes after holding on to things maybe for just a little too long. So I have this desire to help people, and I know that that's a lot of the reason why we get into this business to begin with. So as I reached silver, I made some mistakes, and I am learning from these mistakes and helping my team to learn from these mistakes. And I wanted to share a couple with you. But actually, as I searched doTERRA.com, I realized that they have a wonderful portion of their website dedicated to what it means to be silver and what it means to rank advance and become a leader within doTERRA and within your own company of doTERRA. So I'm going to actually share my screen with you and show you where I go on doTERRA.com to be able to look at all this information, and so that you have access to a lot of this. Okay, so what I did, I'm going to minimize myself so I'm not in the way. What I did is I actually went to the search tab, and right here I just typed in ranks. And what pops up is just this. The launch guide is going to show up at the beginning, which is a wonderful guide to help people reach elite, but I love to scroll down and see what the related results are. So here we go. Becoming elite, ranks in doTERRA, which is a great one, so you can actually see what those would be and help your people reach each one. And then this is actually where we're going to focus, becoming silver and building to leading. So this is the biggest thing. Building to leading. You are becoming a leader really once you hit Premier, because once you hit Premier, you are actually building 2 legs that are executive. This means that each of those people that are leading these legs that are going to reach this 2,000 and overall volume are going to need to pour into some of the people underneath them, if not all of the people. And so you helping them to get acquainted with those people and you helping them to achieve their goals and to really understand what it means to build a business and to build structure is now part of that leading process as Premier. But then take it another step further. Silver requires 3 elites. That means that 3 people that are personally enrolled to you have reached 3,000 in overall volume. This means that some of them could potentially reach Premier very quickly. So this is some way for you to realize that when you are moving people around in your team and you're restructuring your own people, take into consideration the other builders and what their volume is and what their paycheck is, what their bonuses are, and what affects them. Granted, doTERRA is not going to allow a placement change that is going to greatly impact someone's Power of 3 bonus or change their rank dramatically. So let's look at this page. First things first, once you hit silver, congratulations. It is really an achievement, and I'm very thankful to every single person who has been involved in my process of getting there. But let's look at the confidence factor, because I know sometimes it's very easy to look down and think you don't have what it takes to be a leader, or you don't know enough to be able to even go to the next rank or teach a class. But steadily, as you build in your confidence, you get there, and every class you do helps you to build more and more confidence. So confidence does equal leadership. And confidence is not pride. This is not something that comes from a heart that desires things only for yourself, but it actually is a leadership, which means you lead by example. It is a servanthood. There's a video that is posted on YouTube that talks about turning your tree upside down, and I absolutely adore this woman's heart as she shares that. I would highly recommend that you look it up. It is Turn Your Tree Upside Down, and is a beautiful blonde lady talking about doTERRA and the structure. It basically puts you in the purpose of support and servanthood to the people that you are taking care of. So instead of having yourself at the top of your placement structure, of the top of your tree, like what we would see in the back office of doTERRA, you would flip that around and be at the bottom, being like a root system that nourishes all the other branches and leaves of your tree and all that fruit that is going to be born from it. So have the confidence in your leadership abilities and in your capacity to take care of people. This is going to be a hard step for some, but remember, have confidence. Having confidence helps your downline to look at you as a mentor and leader because you believe in yourself. If you believe you can achieve something, chances are you're going to. I have a big saying, and I actually have a campaign beginning soon that says, reach for the moon. And then at least if you don't hit it, you will land amongst the stars. So my goal for all of my people in my Reach for the Moon campaign is for each one of them to reach Premier. This means that if they reach for Premier, chances are they are going to hit Elite, right? Because that's volume. But if they reach for Premier, maybe they start seeing that their structure's turning into what could potentially turn into silver, and they start realizing that there's more and more confidence building in them to achieve greater goals. The next thing is to carry over the same mindset about finding leaders that you gained while you were elite. When you hit silver, it's more important than ever to make sure that you have 3 builders in your place on your front line. And keep this in mind, to achieve gold rank, you must have 3 premiers as qualifying legs. And then you can see that portion when you look that up. This means that you need builders that are also leaders in your downline. So this is not just about duplicating yourself, though we hear that a lot. Don't just duplicate yourself. Encourage someone else to become the leader that they should be. Every person has different gifts, and every person has a different way of reaching someone. Let them learn how to develop those skills and gifts that they have personally. And in a sense, you're duplicating yourself, but with a whole other personality and with a whole other slew of people that are being taken care of. So many of you are probably wondering how to determine if someone is a leader or not. So here are some ideas. So the best thing that you can do is to simply ask them. Maybe see what they've been involved with, but ask them about what they plan on doing in doTERRA. If they truly want to build their organization, they will share their plans, and along the way, they will be asking you questions because they're serious about their plans. I personally love to ask people to watch a few videos. Turn Your Tree Upside Down, 6 Questions to Close, and something that talks about the company. They can search YouTube for that. I want them to search something out. And once they've watched these, then I sit down with them with a live guide from doTERRA and with a launch guide. And I help them figure out what type of leadership level they want to be, whether that's a sponsor, and that means that they're simply allowing me to place people with them. Maybe occasionally they're sharing and enrolling, but a sponsor is somebody who's not necessarily going to teach classes and educate and reach out to others, possibly sharing some samples from time to time. But a builder, this is for me, an educator. An educator is somebody who truly has a passion for people, has a passion to teach, and wants to help you with your classes, wants to help you with your people, wants to reach out and meet new people. Even if they have fears and doubts, they will go past them, and they will continue to grow and to learn. Another simple exercise you can do to determine the kind of person you're looking for is to think of a leader that you admire, the type of leader you want to be. Think about the characteristics that make them great leaders and write these down. These characteristics that you wrote down can help you determine if somebody has the strengths you need on your team, or if they have potential that will take time and training to bring it out. Everyone starts at a certain level of confidence, so don't be afraid to pour into that, pray with them, and really build up that level of confidence and help them through those rocky times and those hurdles, those doubts that come in that say, I'm not sure if I can achieve this. If they are leaders, then they won't depend on you for everything. So that's good. You want them to be independent. Let them be leaders from the beginning. You want that. You can actually hold back someone by feeling like you need to do everything for them if they ask. Let them take charge of their decisions and hold classes on their own. All right, so here's the deal. I want you guys to leave your comments below. What are some successful ways that you found to help your builders? What are some ways that you have found that you've learned after making some mistakes or in your leadership growth and getting to silver or whatever rank? Please share those thoughts. I know for me that, actually I'm going to look at my building list here. I actually said, I know I need to build deep. Build deep, build deep, build deep. And that means that sometimes I've only done sponsorships with people, even though they're not building, but I build deep for a higher paycheck. And so when a builder shows up, then sometimes I'll even place them deep so that within that 14 days I can still move them, or I will place them as a customer before they enroll as a wellness advocate, so that after their 90 days of getting to know the company and getting to know the product, I will then ask them if they would like to upgrade their account to become someone who can enroll others and educate others, or sometimes just to sponsor. If they upgrade their account, then I still have another 14 days to move them if they've already been a customer for 90 days. So that's a great way for you to give them a trial run and see how they do without the pressure on them to do that 100 PV right away. The next thing would be a placeholder. Somebody in your family line that you don't mind building for a certain amount of time. Maybe they won't place 100 PV. Maybe this is a friend who will place 100 PV. They love the products, but they're not really sure about educating, and they're okay surrendering this place in your account later on. Have them fill out the exceptions form, or have them fill out the waiver form so that they can turn over their place to some other builder later. But this is a great way for you to build deep and build different legs while still looking for builders. The last thing is, are you going to build your team with you in mind or with everyone else in mind? This is the biggest question to ask when you hit Premier and Silver ranks, because if you're thinking about just yourself, you're going to build volume, but you're not necessarily going to achieve greater levels of leadership. A leader has to consider every other person and their volume and their paychecks as well. You've become now your own CEO when you start this business, and the CEO has to think about how much money is coming in and going out and how that pay structure works in their entire corporation. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope some of this was helpful. God bless you all and your businesses. Go share that love. All right, bye guys.